Hello, I'm Carolyn Monahan. In today's member question of the day, we are talking about legal considerations as businesses are reopening. For assistance with those questions, I am joined by Don Lawless, who's a partner with Barnes & Thornburg, which is a national legal firm, and he is based out of their Grand Rapids office. So hi, Don, and thanks for being with me today.
It's my pleasure to be here, and I appreciate the opportunity to provide some input.
So Don, when can an employee refuse to work due to COVID concerns?
So the simple answer is under the federal and Michigan MIOSHA Occupational Safety and Health Scheme, employees can refuse to work if there's an imminent danger. And that means a real present danger that's going to result in injury or illness. If you have an implemented comprehensive COVID-19 response plan in your workplace, which you're required to develop, then an employee cannot reasonably refuse to come to work. It's not an imminent. And so that's really the immediate refusal to work issue. And so then you kind of start to peel back the layers. Just because an employee is older, it really isn't going to substantiate a refusal to work. They're going to have to connect with either an ADA type disability or some type of FMLA serious health condition. Okay, just because I'm older doesn't mean I have a reasonable basis to refuse to come to work. You also have to take a look again at the Michigan executive orders. An executive order 36, 2020-36, that protects employees who are at particular risk of infecting others with COVID-19. Of course, we don't want those people to come to work, right? And so they can refuse to work. And so that means if they have the symptoms, if they have a positive test, or if they have close contact with someone who is experiencing those same either symptoms or a positive test. And there's a definition of close contact, in that executive order. So, everybody who just happens to be passing by, that would just be a standard that you couldn't apply. And so, when you look at that kind of situation, close contact really means some extended exposure in the likelihood that you might become infected with COVID-19. There is a leave entitlement, either paid or unpaid, depending upon other legal schemes. There's kind of another legal aspect. It's the concept of protected concerted activity that comes out under the National Labor Relations Act. It's the federal law that governs unionization in private workplaces, but it also has a component that applies regardless of whether your workforce is unionized. And so even if you're non-union, employees have a right to engage in concerted activity with their coworkers. That's the idea of being concerted, to express concerns about work in good faith. And they can refuse, they can refuse to work because of that. Now, if they refuse to work, they can be asked to leave the workplace, but they can't get fired or discharged for that good faith expression of a group concern about safety at work. It's a novel issue, but when you look at refusals to work, members always need to consult with legal counsel to make sure they don't have that little nuance out there, because that provides a remedy. The EEOC also issued some guidelines. One of the things that they're very concerned about is employers acting with the best of intent, saying to an older worker, hey, we don't want you working, or a pregnant woman, we really don't want you working right now because we think that there's risk. And that's unlawful. The issue is employees get to make their own informed choice about the risks they want to take. This is not a refusal to work. It's an employer asking an employee not to work, but it is another angle of it. So you got these employee refusals to work. They can all be managed through appropriately if you're deliberate and thoughtful and get some good advice. But really right now, it's, do I have the testing, screening, and contact tracing protocols ready to go so that I don't have to lose either a major portion or all of my business right now because of a positive COVID outbreak. And that would be my parting comment.
Well, thanks, Don. I really appreciate you being here with me today, and I know our members are going to find this information really valuable. So thanks so much for your time.
Well, again, it's my pleasure, and I'm happy to help anytime. West Coast Chamber is a great group. Thanks again.
Thanks.